All right, I'm going to start with Sean D's question about my life and then name three pivotal moments in my life. So, first off, I was born in Chicago. Always lived on the south side of Chicago. Um, and then basically, when I was just a baby boy, my mom, she used to tell me these crazy things. And then she used to tell me my dad was an evil man. And she told me that he hated me. But then I got a little bit older and I found out she was the crazy one. So that basically gets me through grade school. And basically, I don't remember anything from grade school because that was a long ass time ago. And I did smoke a lot of marijuana in college. And I think that really blocked out a lot of years in grade school. So I'm going straight to high school. I got into a pretty good program in high school, but it was on the north side, so I got to get away from the south side, which is pretty boring to me. And then I met I met Dan first out of Dan, Sean, and Brennan. I met Dan first freshman year. So he basically every time he describes the story of how we met, he says he's walking up to the school like all cool and shit, and I was just sitting on the ledge like kicking my feet like a little kid. And then I was like, nah, that didn't happen. There's no way that was happening. And then I go back and think about it. I was like, man, I probably was doing that shit. And then so we became pretty good friends. We're always joking around and fucking making fun of bio teachers with fucking women bio teachers with underarm hair. And it's like, wow, this is fucking disgusting. And she was like, she was pointing some shit out one day on the board. And it's just like me and Dan just couldn't stop cracking up. It was ridiculous. And she like put her armpit pretty close to Dan's face, and he was like about to throw up. So Dan went to grade school with Sean and Brendan, so he introduced me to them. And I had a math class with Sean, and I always thought he was such a hardo because he was carrying his football pads around. I'm like, oh, this guy thinks he's so fucking cool with his fucking football pads. Can't even put that shit in the locker. That fucking bitch. And then and then after a while, it's like, wow, this guy's such a fucking douchebag. He had like fucking uh, blonde highlights in his hair and shit. Fucking had a tongue ring. Like just super super gay and shit. Like basically, if you ever see a man with a tongue ring, it means he wants to suck your dick. So that was my first impression of Sean. And then the year went on in that math class, and kind of started talking more, and I was like, oh man, this guy's pretty funny. And then he took his tongue ring out, and then got just regular hair color, and I'm like, all right, yeah, this guy's gonna be a pretty cool guy, I guess. And then me and Brendan, man, that shit's hilarious because he always had this one fucking FUBU bag. It was like a messenger's bag, and like we would just fucking kick the shit out of it after school. And fucking he had a leather jacket. Man, this guy thought he was so fucking cool too, fucking with his leather jacket. It was ridiculous. And then he started going out with this hot ass girl named Claire, and we're like, what the fuck? How did this son of a bitch get this hot ass girl? And then like me and Dan are always like, oh shit, it's because he's tall, man. Tall people get anything they want. And then basically our relationship progressed from there. Became pretty good friends, and we actually had this group called Team One. It was mainly started off as music, but then it just became like a group of friends. Pretty fun, making fun of people. Brendan fucking rapping and shit, and then all right, let me move on to sophomore year where me, Dan, and Brendan and Sean were on the Frost off football team. We had this amazing defense. Fucking Sean was fucking knocking people out like every single game. Sent like three guys to the hospital in one game. Just head hunting. Like basically Brandon Merriweather shit. And then Brendan, he was on the line, and I was on the line. I was D tackle. Brendan was DN. And this man was just again, he loved touching quarterbacks' butts. So he's like, the best way to do that is to get sacked. So he was a sack master basically. And then I was just in there, clogging up space, doing like that Vince Wilfork stuff, just freeing up Sean, who was the middle linebacker slash quarterback. I mean, this guy did it all. Brendan was also tight end, and then we had secondary headed up by Dan. He was I think he was playing safety. I'm almost positive, and we were killing it that year. Like everybody was just having fun on the field. We had a good team. Then it came down to that last game. I think it was the first playoff game. We were beating the team. Then the other team threw a deep ball to Dan's side. And then the wide receiver just, caught it easy as pie, like if Conti was covering him or something. And fucking Dan tried to tackle him, and he got dragged for like 20 yards into the end zone. And then the season was over. It's like, damn, that was just a great season. Our defense was crazy. Getting so much pressure. And Sean's crazy. He's just killing people. Yeah, I mean, he almost got arrested one time because he did this off the field. Like he hit a guy in the head with his helmet, and I was like, wow, this guy is dangerous out here on the field. So that season ended, all because of Dan, of course. And now we're moving on to junior year, where we started making videos, educational videos, because all the teachers wanted us to do projects where we're teaching like history, or like for Spanish class, we would just make these ridiculous videos where like we just show our comedy chops to the whole school. And all the teachers loved us. All the other kids hated us because they wanted to be as awesome as we were, basically. And after that, we got some fame because the music part of our group was making some diss tracks against these guys called the Cowboys. And they made this one track called Brokeback, and it was like one of the most awesome things that ever happened. Like they made fun of them because they were called the Cowboys, and Brokeback Mountain came out, so it was just easy pickings right there. And so we got through that, going to senior year, just having a great time. It's like not caring about too much, having a lot of fun. And so me and Dan and Brendan, we all got into Northeastern. Sean got into Northeastern too, but he didn't get the honors program, so he decided to go to BC. So we're all in the same city again, and basically we all went there, knowing that we have to keep this friendship alive, just because having too many good times, cracking up, and just having awesome fun. So we get to college, and then Sean is just ridiculous, like drunk his freshman year. Like he was just getting in trouble left and right, drinking on his own in his room, just passing out. Like RA's coming in. He's getting threatened to get kicked out. While me and Dan and Brennan were there, but Sean's parents thought it was only him doing these things. So his parents were like, "Oh, you guys got to hang out with Sean more often because he's always depressed because you aren't there." Even though we were like the ones like making him drink so much. And then so back to Northeastern. Me and Dan were roommates with this one other kid. His name was Veron. He was from the Bahamas, and I mean, this guy was so annoying. It was ridiculous. Dan hated him like a lot because I mean, he was so annoying. He was just ridiculously annoying. And me and him got kind of close he liked me more a little bit, I guess, because Dan hated him. Yeah, I mean, I didn't like him that much, but I don't know. I guess it was just a little easier for him to get along with me. But then one time, like basically all year, he was always like talking shit about Chicago, and like I was like, whatever, it's fucking funny. We always talk shit to each other. But then like one day I just couldn't take it anymore. He's like the Bears were playing, and he's like, oh, I hope the Bears lose. I'm like, it wasn't even like the playoffs or anything. Obviously, they don't make the playoffs that often. But he was just like, oh, I hope they lose, and I'm like, God damn it, I fucking hate you. Like I want to shit on your flag, and I was like, wow, that was like basically I just committed a hate crime by saying I want to shit on like the Bahamas flag. I felt so bad, but whatever. Like the year was like almost gonna be over, I think. Oh no, maybe. But basically, ever since that point, like we never got along. Like whenever we saw each other on the streets, we just give each other head nods. Like we wouldn't even fucking talk to each other. And then so we move on to sophomore year of college, and me, Dan, and Brendan, we got a dorm room together, which is pretty cool. Uh, and then our second semester, sophomore year, we decided to join fraternity, and just met some pretty good friends. And basically, that's like at the same time we joined the fraternities when I started smoking a lot. So I blamed the fraternity for all the drug problems I have, like smoking all the time and getting really high. I mean, I blame them, but I thank them also because that shit was so fun. And so we get through that, we make it in. So the next year, our middler year, which is our third year, because obviously Northeastern's way awesome and has like basically 5 year program for everybody, and then like pharmacy has like 6 years, so it's like holy crap, like Northeastern is so much better than any other school. And we move off campus with Sean, and then this one other guy, Nick Fury, we called him. He was in our fraternity. Oh man, this guy was just quite a character. Like he was ridiculous. Like just we all did not like him. Like because he would like steal from us and fucking just be weird as hell. Fucking him and his girlfriend got into a fight, like fist fight in our apartment. I mean that was pretty entertaining, but this guy just had to go the next years. Oh, we started throwing a lot of parties also, which was pretty good. That was fun. It's kind of hectic and a little bit stressful. You have to worry about like 50 people being in your place and then seeing who's gonna pay and shit. And then after that year, we like calmed it down with the parties because it was way better just to go to parties instead of hosting them and having to clean the fucking place up. Even though we didn't like clean it well, obviously, if you guys have been to our place. But yeah, it's we move on to junior year. Um, oh wait, my middler year, I think got my co-op. Yeah, I think it was middler year. I got fired from that shit because I was missing too many days of work, and then I was like, oh damn, I fucked up. So kind of got learned from something like that because it was really stupid mistake not to go to work, even though I really liked working there. I was just fucking lazy as hell. Um, got through junior year, went to kept going to fraternity stuff, pretty fun, going to parties, and got to senior year, having a lot of fun. You know, oh, I think after in our junior years when we got that program where we had two TVs set up in the front room, which was like the most amazing thing ever because on one TV you just watch some shit and the other TV was solely for video games, which was like, all right, we're watching stuff and we're playing video games at the same exact time. this was all at the same damn time. So I mean, that was one of the most important things that ever happened to our apartment. And all right, moved on to senior year. You know, same old stuff. You know, doing drugs. Oh, one time we did salvia. Holy shit! It was the fucking highest grade of salvia, and basically for 2 minutes I lost my mind, and we're like, oh my god, what the hell happened? Why did we do that? But then we're like, all right, we still have like half the bottle left, so we have to just finish it. So the next day we did it again, lost my mind again. I was like, oh my god, what is it? What are we doing? Why did we do that again? And basically, yeah, I've never done salvia ever again, and never want to do it ever again. And so all throughout college, I worked at the gym. So my excuse for not going to the gym was like, I don't want to go back to the place where I work and like work out. So like now I'm like really fat. And yeah, basically I blame working at the gym for being out of shape, and it's perfectly acceptable excuse because you don't want to go back to the place where you work at and go work out. It's like I just worked there for like 3 hours. I'm not gonna stay here for another hour to work out. And basically, I was just known as young vet at work because I was so awesome at what I did, and everybody came to me for answers. I didn't know any of the answers; they just came to me for them, and it was a good time. So basically, that's all of college, and the last year and a half basically been a bum. I had a job for a few months, and then it was a temp job, so that ended, and still looking for a job. And now let me name the three pivotal moments. So basically, first off, going to high school, like away from my home, in away from the South Side, was like pretty important moment. Got away from home, got away from neighborhood that, I mean, it wasn't a bad neighborhood. It was just fucking. I lived with a lot of white people and they were fucking racist as hell, and that was, I don't know, it was just boring. Um, I met Sean and Brendan and Dan at high school, so pretty important people in my life, good friends. Uh, Another pivotal moment was going to school in Boston because again, I needed to get away from home altogether, like out of the city. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go to a place where you have to take a plane to get to me if you really want to have a reasonable time to reach me. So yeah, that was a no-brainer. I had to get out of Chicago and out of the Midwest in general. Like for some reason, I didn't apply to any schools where there's warm weather. Now that I think about it, like that was the stupidest thing I ever done. It's like why did I go to Boston where it's the same exact weather as Chicago? Like I should have went to like California or Florida. Like Miami University, the U is like no, the U, not Miami University or University of Miami. That's like my favorite football team of all time. Like fucking had Ken Dorsey and all those fucking guys back when they lost to fucking Ohio State. Oh my god, I fucking hate Ohio State so fucking much. Um, I should have applied there, and I didn't even apply there, and so that was a pretty big mistake. And another pivotal moment. Uh, let's see. I think joining fraternity was pretty important. Met a lot of good people, but like made some really good friends. Uh, did a lot of fun things because of the fraternity. Got to experience new things. So yeah, that was my three pivotal moments. Basically, all my pivotal moments are based around having fun with friends or making friends that are like hopefully gonna be lifetime friends and fucking drink all the time, make jokes with, fucking just make fun of, because that's like probably the best part of having really good friends. Just make fun of them, and all can laugh about it. So hopefully this story gets my name put up as sole survivor. Thanks.